The CEO of Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light's parent company, was asked point blank if hiring Dylan Mulvaney, the transgender activist, to pitch their beer, which resulted in the whole boycott, was a mistake. And here's his response.
Knowing what you know now, if you could go back, would you send this can to this one person again?
There's a big social conversation taking place right now, and big brands are right in the middle of it. And it's not just our industry or Bud Light. It's happening in retail, it's happening in fast food. And so for us, what we need to understand is, deeply understand and appreciate, is the consumer and what they want, what they care about, and what they expect from big brands.
So a complete dodge of the question there by Brendan Whitworth, the CEO, but good on the reporter, he doesn't let up.
So this is part of why you're getting it from all sides, because I asked you, would you do it again? And people on the trans rights side of things, supporting that community, want you to say, yes, of course, we want that fortitude. And people on the right would criticize you for saying yes. So where are you on the issue? I mean, was this a mistake?
You know, Bud Light has supported LGBTQ since 1998, so that's 25 years. And as we've said from the beginning, we'll continue to support the communities and organizations that we've supported for decades.
Again, Brendan talks around the issue, not actually confirming whether or not he considers the partnership a mistake. And this really begs the question, why did he agree to come on the show and do the interview? He knew exactly what was going to get asked of him. He knew exactly what everyone wants to hear asked of him, and yet he did not have a coherent answer. He did say that Bud Light would continue supporting LGBT events, such as this Pride Parade in Toronto, where people walked around naked in front of children. Let's take a look at some of the comments on that interview and see what the public has to say. John writes, "How this guy still has a job is beyond me. This will be taught in Business 101 in every school on what not to do as a company." Fig Harris writes, "A masterclass in pissing off both sides and throwing away every last customer possible." Steph Curran writes, "How hard is it to say, I'm sorry that we called people who buy our beer fratty and out of touch?" Zig LOL writes, "He's a master of not answering any questions." We also just got a new Bud Light sales report, and sales are down 28.5% compared to a year ago, and this is actually accelerating. Last week it was 26.8%, and the week before that it was 24.4%. And again, this isn't limited just to Bud Light, it's damaging all Anheuser-Busch products. Sales are down pretty much across the board, and that's why they're bringing out the big guns, the CEO of Anheuser-Busch, and not some random person from Bud Light, although I will say the CEO is not doing a great job. I mean, really, who is going to watch this interview as the CEO dances around the issue, not addressing the elephant in the room, and decide, you know what, that alleviates my concerns, I'm gonna go get a Bud Light? Nobody on the right, nobody on the left. This interview is just going to make everything worse. This one exchange on Twitter I think sums it up pretty nicely. Just a few hours ago, Bud Light tweeted this gif of this guy distributing beer at a party, and in the comments somebody reversed the gif, saying Bud Light and consumers still boycotting as people put the beer back into his arms. So Bud Light continues to get dunked on, and I'm going to continue following this story because it's going to be talked about in business schools for centuries. If you found this video interesting, don't boycott that like button and subscribe to the channel where I cover all the best stories and news to keep you informed and give you interesting things to talk about. My name's Ryan, this is News Rye. I'll see you in the next one.